Welcome to episode 313 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today we are looking at whether or not Justin Herbert is the best quarterback out of his draft class in the 2020 NFL draft class, being next to names such as Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, and Justin Herbert himself. But before we get into that topic, question for the video: your guys' favorite running back for you Chargers fans. LaDainian Tomlinson played for the Los Angeles/San Diego Chargers for about 9 years and 9 seasons. Yet, towards the end of his career, he played with a different team outside the Chargers. Who was that other team that LaDainian Tomlinson played for? For those of you who know the answer, comment it. The first one to comment the answer will get their comment pinned. For those of you who do not know the answer will be revealed at the end. But getting into this topic, where do you see Herbert ranking amongst his draft class this year?
So it's very difficult for several reasons. He was the only guy to play a full season or almost a full season. Burrow got injured. We didn't get to see much of him. And Jalen and Tua both played only a few games. So for me personally, I'm going to put Jalen and Tua I'm going to put Tua at the 4 spot, Jalen at the 3 spot, just because I think he's a little bit more talented than Tua. But I don't think either of them compare to Burrow and Herbert. For me, it's really difficult. I would have liked to see more of Burrow just because I think he has so much talent. But I think that just by pure talent, like
raw
skill, I might have to go with Herbert. I think that once he gets a good quarterback coach, he will be phenomenal. But if I had to go with who I would take right now, I think I'm going to have to go with Burrow. He was slightly better, but they did have different play styles. Burrow was more of a pocket passer. While he could move if he needed to, that wasn't his main thing. Herbert can run, is a very mobile quarterback. So it's really difficult to compare them straight up, especially since you only saw Burrow for half a season and Herbert for a little less than a full season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's clear that for Rookie of the Year, it's going to be either between Justin Herbert and Justin Jefferson. However, I think if Joe Burrow didn't get hurt, there would be a good chance that he won Rookie of the Year. I would have loved to see in that race. However, it's sad to see he did get hurt. Bengals not surrounding him with protection, and Justin Herbert himself kind of got a little lucky with his awful O-line that he didn't get hurt as well. But I have to agree with Wade. I do think pure success, who's set up for the most success, Herbert's definitely in the best situation. They finished 7-9. They got a new head coach. They're going to work on the defense. They're going to work on the O-line. While as the Bengals, you're kind of in a similar situation. You got the same head coach. Yeah, you'll add an extra piece to the offensive line, but you're going to lose A.J. Green. You're going to lose John Ross. You're kind of going to lose everything you have. Not that they were huge stars by any means, but Joe Burrow, I feel like that team isn't getting a lot better to take them to the next level, and I feel like the Chargers and Justin Herbert can take his team to the playoffs the very next year. Getting back to Jalen Hurts and Tua. Tua did play most games out of the quarterbacks outside of Justin Herbert. Of the rookie quarterbacks, he played the second most games, even though he played half a season, and he did get babysat by Brian Fitzpatrick a lot. That's why I definitely don't have him as my top 2 in this list. I don't like having a rookie quarterback that just gets sat every time he has a bad drive or has a bad throw. You got to let him learn through those motions, no matter how bad it is. You got to earn the loss, or else you're never going to learn from it. So that's the reason why. And Jalen Hurts, him only playing 4 or 5 games, finishing I believe 2-2 at the end of the season. I do think Hurts has a lot of potential. He could have possibly beaten the Washington football team, and this conversation could have been completely different if he finished the season. Actually, I think he went 1-3, and then this game would have put him at 2-2. So, but either way, if Jalen Hurts had a much longer season and had a whole season, I think he'd definitely be different in this conversation. But we could see him possibly move up next year once Doug Peterson is gone, a whole new management under the Eagles. Maybe if they trade Carson Wentz to get Hurts some help, he'll bump up in this list. But as of right now, I don't see any argument as to why Herbert would not be number 1 for anyone. Even though he was the 3rd quarterback in this draft, I definitely think he's a number 1. And if there was a redraft, he'd probably be picked at number 1. But I can't blame anyone if they took Burrow over him. And of course, there's kind of the 5th rookie quarterback, Jordan Love, that the Packers took, who's the 5th best rookie quarterback. We haven't really seen him, so no way of knowing for sure, but probably the 5th most known. And really, we thought he was going to be something special behind Aaron Rodgers, but really he didn't even get the 2nd string spot. He's 3rd string on the quarterback depth chart for the Packers, so he's nothing to even be considered in this list. But I think Herbert is a clear cutaway number 1 amongst these quarterbacks.
I think that, as you mentioned several times, this list would be completely different if we were able to see Joe Burrow for a whole season.
It's kind of an ugly season.
I think that he was moving in the right direction. He was sort of starting to bond with the team and start leading them a little bit better until they killed him. But Yeah, I agree with the fact that Burrow has a lot more to look forward to than Joe Burrow. Herbert has a lot more to look forward to than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is a long way, many off seasons away from being a good team with the Bengals. Justin Herbert could possibly make a wild card next season.
Yeah.
They could have possibly done it this year. 3 plays go differently. They're 10-6.
Yeah, exactly.
So
about 6 games the Chargers lost to like a single play. So.
yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to say Joe Burrow if I'd seen the whole season, but I'm gonna have to go with Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and also even though I knocked on Tua Tagovailoa a little bit, to be honest, the Dolphins finished at 10-6, and they were like a game away from making a wild card spot. So who to say if the Dolphins made the playoffs this year, Tua couldn't have gone on a huge run and changed their minds completely. However, that is a big what if, but I'm just saying the potential was there. Tua did have the best record amongst all his rookie quarterbacks by far. Even though he missed the playoffs, he's remembered just as everyone else. If you don't win the last game of the season, basically the whole season, I don't want to say it was a waste, but it's not going to be memorable. So therefore, I think when you're just looking at pure skill, pure statistics, Justin Herbert is a lead front runner. Next year, the second year in the league is kind of where you see guys take the jumps. Mahomes' second year in the league, we saw him win MVP. Lamar Jackson's second year in the league, we saw him win MVP. Kyler Murray's second year in the league didn't win MVP, but he definitely took a big jump from his rookie year. We thought he could be a playoff team. So I think next year, all these quarterbacks are going to have a great shot at fighting to see who was the best out of the 2020 NFL draft class.
I agree.
For the question of the day, Chargers fans and NFL fans in general, LT LaDainian Tomlinson played for the Chargers for 9 seasons. Towards the end of his career at age 31 and 32, he went on to the New York Jets. Didn't have half the career or half the statistics he did with the Chargers. However, he did finish it out and play with the Jets. Wasn't great, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys.
2-minute warning.